Okay, hello, hello. Here we are, day 17, 33 days of manifesting the magical life. I'm Stephanie Matthews, and I am hoping that it is going to work. I've invited Etsy Hawkins to join with me live, and I am hoping that she is going to join with me. So let's see if that works out. And I'm sharing this because as we're going through this week of the Wild Woman, it is integral to add, let's see, is it going to work? Bring Etsy on camera. Is it going to work? It's inviting. Yay!
Hi.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It worked.
It worked.
Oh, and there's my daughter.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So,
My
for
mom
those-
watches shows.
She says my mom watches shows all the time.
I love it. I love how they call us out. I love it when they do that.
I know, right? For everything.
So, day 17, I am connected. I have Etsy on here because we got to intimately connect last night through a one-on-one session that we did, and it was amazing. Not only, I mean, I loved it, and Etsy, she like messaged me right after and was like, "Oh my gosh, that was awesome!" And so I
It was
asked,
so amazing.
yay!
So
Asked her to be here live with everybody to kind of share about her experience. Because there's so many women in the group who are maybe on the fence about getting their own one-on-one session, or feeling like a big thing that I get is women think, I don't want to have a session because I don't think it'll work for me.
yeah.
And I know, Etsy, you were probably there too. Like, what
Yeah, I
is
wasn't sure what to expect.
Yeah. Like, really could think.
Oh, I'm sorry. The video cut out. I don't know if I need to move to a different room.
That's okay.
I didn't hear what you had said.
So
Maybe right here. Try not to get here for too.
Yay! So I was saying that a lot of women think, what could possibly change in 3 months? If I'm in a 3-month program, that's not a long time to change my whole life. And so I thought it was really important that in our hour that we had together, so much shifted in an hour.
I mean, yeah. So if that can happen in an hour, 3 months, you can turn everything around.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm a believer now.
Yay! And hopefully those who may be on the fence will become believers and go, wow, if it worked for her, maybe it'll work for me.
Yeah.
So let's start out with, what is the biggest difference from before we had our session? Because you've been doing the work from this 33-day challenge. So,
oh yeah, I've been doing it it's been awesome.
Yeah. So what was the biggest difference from before the session to after?
So before the session, I had a lot of anxiety around my relationship with my husband and decisions that I needed to make with that. And after all that anxiety was gone, I realized that I could take the time that I needed to take to make that decision. It didn't have to be made right now, and I didn't have to jump into anything. I could take that space. I was worth the space and the time to make the decision that I really needed to make.
Yeah.
Or need, because it still hasn't happened.
Yeah, and that was a big part of what we talked about, was allowing for yourself to give yourself that gift.
Yeah.
And so what was your favorite part of the session?
My favorite part, and I don't know how all of the sessions go. I just really loved how I could tell you were listening to your intuition, and you heard what I said, and then you let your intuition guide you to give me pointers and tips. And I really loved the little meditation that we went through with my inner child. That still sits with me, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so that was my most favorite part.
Yay. And I loved, and I do the inner child meditate. That is probably the most powerful meditation tool.
It was wonderful. It was so helpful.
Yeah.
It was so helpful.
And so what are 2 realizations that you got from the session?
That I am a leader, because that's not something I ever consciously thought of before. And I realized to the extent to which I have been hiding from myself and from my inner child and from my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are big.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah. And I mean, the session didn't even go towards like your soul's calling or anything like that, but do you feel like you have like the empowerment almost to go out and start doing more of that just from...
Oh, for sure. I mean, just from what we talked about, and just from that inner child meditation, because I still struggle with, what is my soul's purpose? Why am I even here? What do I really want? What do I really need to be doing? And with all of those tools that you gave me in that session, I know I don't worry about finding it anymore, because I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It just will.
That's so awesome. And so what was it like working together? What was it like working with me? Or if you've worked with other people, you can share with that. But what was
well,
it?
You're the first coach I've ever worked with. I've gone to like traditional counselors and therapists and stuff. And so in comparison with that, this was a lot better. Whenever I go to a counselor and a therapist, even though they may have the best intentions at heart, it's still very like, well, this is your job, so you kind of have to listen to me, you know? And with that session, it didn't feel like that. It felt like you were there because you really cared, and there was no judgment. You really listened to everything that I said, and then you'd say something or make suggestions after I said. I could feel you intuition and pulling from your toolbox, but it wasn't like the agenda that you wanted to fulfill. There wasn't a program you were trying to fit me into. It was all very present and open and just right in the moment, and that was wonderful for me.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing that, because and I think even if I was to suggest I have a program, like from the session, you wouldn't think that it's like this pre-programmed thing.
Right. I would think it would have felt more like you brought it up because you heard my situation and you knew that this particular program was going to be able to take me in a certain way. And the way you run your programs is so open that anybody who does the work is going to take what they need from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like fill in the blanks and these are the answers you're supposed to get.
Right. Yeah, no. No. So what was unexpected from our chat last night? Was there anything that was unexpected?
It was unexpected. I was not expecting myself. I can't talk right now. I was not expecting myself to be able to open up so much to you, because I hardly know you, and it's hard for me to talk to people that I do know, because I'm like, well, they've got all these other things on their plate, and it's not really that big of a deal, and so I'll just keep it to myself. But it was really easy to just open right up to you and just, blah, here's everything. All of my guts.
Yeah. And what was neat, though, it wasn't like we spent the whole session with you just like pouring out everything. It was we did a lot of work.
We did a lot of work, and that's what I'm saying, just came out so easily. It was just like, okay, here's everything, A, B, C, D, E, then what do we do? And we moved on.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. Yes, yay. And that's something that I think that's why I'm being pulled in the direction of intimacy, because I love that. Like, I love, let's go as deep as we possibly can and then sift it all out. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what it was like. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yay. And then, okay, so you answered this a little bit, but I would love to hear from your point of view, what exactly happened? Like, what was that moment, or what was that tool that really created that transformation for you?
I gotta look at my notes. I thought about this earlier. The moment that it really like clicked for me was the meditation,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that you listened to everything that I said. When if you made a suggestion and then I explained more about the situation, you were like, oh, okay, and you adjusted the suggestion based off of the new information that I gave you.
Yeah.
And you really listened without any judgment. There was no like, well, a lot of or you never made any of those like faces, you know.
Yeah.
You were just very present and accepting of everything that I had to say, even though a lot of the stuff that I told you was really hard for me to say because I haven't forgiven myself for it. There was no judgment from your part, and that really just helped. Your belief in me helped me to believe in me.
I love that. I love that. That's really powerful. Super. And I'm like, this just confirms how much of a leader you are, like in my mind, which I'm so grateful. And for those watching, like, you are this brave. So often I think that we don't feel like we can be whatever it is that we feel like others are. And that's a big reason why I asked Etsy to do this as well, is because she's somebody in the group, like, she'd never expected to be live on the Facebook, and like, that was just something that happened because she was willing. And so it's like, so much transformation can happen by being willing. And your courage and your testimony right now is so encouraging to not just me, but I know it's going to be for so many of the women in this group too.
I hope so.
Yes.
That's life-changing.
Yeah.
Don't be on the fence anymore. Just go do it.
And so, okay, so I have a fun fill in the blank. This will be the only fill in the blank that I have.
But there's still no right answer, so it's okay.
But there's
I can
still
accept
no
a
right
blank
answer
if it's choose your own adventure.
Yes. So I asked Etsy to fill in this blank statement. So do you want to just read the statement?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll bring it over here so I don't have to look off to the side. I recommend Stephanie to someone who is afraid of decisions and intimacy of any kind because she is compassionate and present and knows how to help you release your anxiety around these things. She truly listens and offers suggestions based on what you have shared, and she truly believes in you.
Yay! That, like, yes.
Yay.
Yes. Oh, I'm so grateful.
From the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful. That session, seriously, I have direction, I have clarity, and I'm not worried about the things I don't have clarity about. It's okay. It's going to happen. I just keep moving forward, keep using the tools, keep doing the work, keep diving deep, and it'll get there.
Yeah.
There's no time limit.
Yes. Yeah. And that was something else that we kind of said, like, because I've talked with so many women and had so many calls with so many women offering the 3-month program that I really believe in. A lot of women were saying, I'd love to just have a session. And it's like, yeah. And so after the session last night, I went, okay, wow, one session would be powerful enough to know for sure if you want to continue. And so I am opening up single sessions. The women who are like, I don't know if I can commit financially, I don't know if I can commit time, I don't know if I could commit all those things up. So I want to offer a single session, and then of course whatever you invest in the session will go towards the 3 months that you want to continue. If you're like, that was awesome, I'm complete, then we'll do that. So I am now opening single sessions, so it's exciting.
Yay! My video
Yay!
cut out. I don't know if it cut out for everybody else, but it cut out right in the middle when you were telling about the sessions. So I don't know if everyone got that. It froze again.
Okay, well, I might have to write it down. Single sessions now available.
Okay. Yes. Basically, there's sessions. Go get them.
Okay, so I think my connection's going wonky. So we will end.
You're freezing again.
Thank you, Etsy.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thanks for inviting me. This was more than I thought it would be.
I'll see you all tomorrow. All right. Bye. Yay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.